welcome to today's workout. We are going to be working today on building strength in your upper body. So we're working on shoulders, arms, chest, and also the upper back as well. So all of those kind of muscles that are going to help to support you to lift, carry, push, and pull. Today, I'm going to be working with a set of weights. I'm going to be predominantly working with my 5 kilo set of weights, which is my medium set of weights. I am actually going to be using a light set as well for one or two of the exercises as well. So use what you have, make sure that it is right for you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing, just work on what's right for you. And when it comes to your weight selection, just make sure that the weight that you're using feels safe, but it should also feel hard by the end of that particular set that you're doing. If it feels too easy, then maybe your weight is a little bit too light. If it feels really, really hard, then perhaps that weight is a little bit too heavy. Okay, we're gonna get started with a warm up. So when you're ready, let's get to it. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna work on opening up the chest. So you're gonna bring both arms out in front and you're just gonna pull back as if you're pulling back on a bow and arrow. So you're gonna pull back, looking back over that shoulder, back into center and over onto the other side. So really just taking a bit of time just to stretch and pull, opening up into the chest, also into the neck here as well, which is really important because as we're working in the upper body, often we'll find that a lot of tension can go into the neck. So just want to make sure that you're feeling nice and loose into the neck and really working on planting your feet into the ground and keeping your jaw nice and loose, which I know sounds like a strange thing to say, but you've got to keep that jaw loose to stop you from clenching up through the neck. Okay, well done. Bringing the arms out to the side, we're just going to do the good old faithful arm circles because this really is such a great and quick way to warm up the arms and shoulders. So just a few little circles in one direction, doesn't matter which direction, forwards or back. It's absolutely fine by me. Just have a quick check. Make sure that you're not swaying with the arms. So make sure it's just the arms doing the work here. And let's reverse the direction. Well done. Good work. Okay. So we've got loads of exciting exercises coming up for you today. You're going to really enjoy this session. If you want to build that upper body strength, this is the place to be today. Well done. Okay, good. Last little thing we're going to do, I just want you to come into a slightly bent over position. So you're just going to push your bottom back slightly. Palms are facing and you're just going to open up, shoulder blades coming back together and then close. So open and close. Just working through the upper back here and chest. Open and close. Open and close. Now, again, really important here, making sure that the neck is not jutting out. So you're not pushing the neck forwards. The head and the neck stay nice and neutral as you open, squeeze the shoulder blades and close. Squeeze and close. Couple more here. Just stay in that little bent over position and take a rest. Well done. Okay, it's time to get your weights sorted out. So if you're using your just one set of weights, two sets of weights, whatever it is, make sure you've got them to hand, make sure you got them ready because we are going to start with our first exercise. And we're going to start into the upper body. We can start with the upper arms rather and the shoulders. So I'm going to grab my medium set of weights. We're going to start with a shoulder press. So when you're picking up your weights, always make sure you're picking them up safely as well. Don't just bend over to pick them up. Really consider where you put them and then where you're going to store them again. So, shoulder press. I've got the weights racked up, I've got my palms facing out, and from this position here, I'm just going to push up and together, and then I'm going to come back down here, okay? Are you ready to start with me? Let's go. Up and together, and back down. Up and together, and back down. Have a quick check on those elbows. Make sure they're not dropping down to your sides here. So you want to keep your arms up here. You want to make sure those shoulders are still working hard, even though you're not pushing those weights up or bringing them down. Well done. Plant yourself into the floor, root yourself in deep. Good. Let's get that core strength worked on as well at the same time. Well done. Push up, coming back in. Well done. Last one. And take a rest. Excellent. a few seconds rest, and we're gonna revisit that one. We're just gonna go straight through for a second round of that shoulder press. Okay, 10 seconds before we get there then. Nice positive in-breath. It's the beginning of the session, it's all ahead of you here. Okay, there's good things to come. Let's get going. Push it up and back down. Good. With every single rep, you are building strength. Okay, so that's the way you're going to get yourself through this session today. It's just to remind yourself with every single movement, you're building strength. Then that's what you're going to need to do, okay? If you find that motivation isn't an issue when you're working through these sessions, then that's absolutely brilliant. But I know for some of you, that will be an issue. So just think about why you're doing it. With every rep, you're building strength. You got it. Well done. Take a rest. Really good work. Very well done. Okay, next exercise, we're gonna do an upright row, but it's got a little bit of a difference. Today, we're gonna hold the weights in front of you. Again, I'm sticking with my medium weights. I've got my palms facing my body, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull one weight up, so we've got the elbow nice and high. We're gonna go to the other, and then we're gonna do the two together. So join in when you're ready. One side, the other side, and then the two together. Good. One side, the other, and then the two together. So there's a lot going on here. Even though it's the same exercise, you might think you're having a bit of a rest while one arm's working. But remember, we're working on that unilateral strength. So sometimes when we just do two things at the same time, two sides at the same time, we can inadvertently let the stronger or the more dominant side take over. Take a short rest. We're gonna do that again. But when we work unilaterally, so one side at a time, there's nowhere to hide. So that non-dominant side is gotta pull its weight. It's gotta do what it needs to do. So it's really good to take notice and really work hard here. Ready? Let's go again. One side, the other, and then both at the same time. Try not to let those weights touch. Try and keep those elbows nice and high. Good. Lovely. You're doing really well. Every rep, remember, build that upper body strength. Okay, whether you want to build upper body strength for toning, you know, for an aesthetic, whether you want to build upper body strength so that you can do more stuff, you can lift stuff, carry stuff, well done. And take a rest. Amazing work. Whatever you're doing these exercises for, just remember, every rep builds strength. Right. Third and final exercise in this first block, which is all about shoulder and upper arm strength. And we're gonna do an Arnold press or a rotational press. So from here, you're gonna bring the elbows up. I'm looking at my fingernails, okay? I've got my weights in front of my face. I'm gonna turn, and then I'm gonna overhead press. I'm gonna come back in, and I'm gonna turn. So join in when you're ready. Push, back down, rotate. Rotate out, push, back down, rotate. So I'm looking at my fingernails. Now they're facing you. Now I'm pushing up, coming back down, and looking at fingernails again. Good. This is always better if you've got a nice manicure at the time and you can just take the minute. Just take the time to just appreciate that. I don't have a nice one at the minute, but now I'm thinking I'm going to. You know, treat myself. Maybe you should treat yourself as well. Let's do it together. Well done. Take a short rest. Well done. This is a really, really tough exercise and I'm not going to give you much rest. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to give you much rest. We're going to go again now. Okay, if you need to drop that weight, just go down to a lighter weight than you can. Okay, it's up to you. You are fully in control of these workouts. Okay, it's all in you. It's all within you. It's there for the taking. And it is not a sprint. Okay, when it comes to building fitness, when it comes to building strength, we are just working away day by day, session by session. Okay, you're not going to see any big change overnight. But actually it means it's going to be a really sustainable change. take a rest. Really well done. My goodness me. That was tough, wasn't it? That was really tough to end on there. We're gonna do a press up now, okay? I'm gonna show you all the variations on the screen. I am gonna work my first press up. I'm gonna work the first one onto my raised surface here. So if you're with me on the raised surface, you're gonna go here. Otherwise, you've got all your other options. And we are gonna press down, chest down, and push up. Chest comes down, and you're gonna push up. Fingertips facing forwards. Toes are facing forwards. Keeping the hips really strong and straight. Now you've got your other options. You've got your wall. You've got the mat onto your knees or your toes. And I'll do a different one for the second round here. But for now, I do really like the raised surface, and you can use something at this sort of height, this gym box height. You can use the back of a sofa, kitchen work surface, stairs. Take a rest. Anything really goes when it comes to that raised surface. Well done, good job. We're gonna come back to that in a minute. But before we do, you need one weight. We're gonna work into the triceps here. I'm gonna use 5 kilo, but you may wanna go slightly lighter. It's up to you. So this is my medium weight. I'm holding it behind. I'm gonna drop it down between my shoulder blades and then gonna push up and slightly forwards. So down, up and slightly forwards. I'm really trying to keep my core tight here as well, and trying to keep my neck long without overly bending forwards here, because if I do that just to get the weight past my hair, then I'm not going to be getting the best out of the exercise, and I'm going to be putting too much tension into the neck. So pushing up and a little bit forwards, up and a little bit forwards. Well done. Take a short rest. And then for this third exercise, before we go back round again, we're gonna do some tricep dips. I'm gonna do this here on my gym box here. You can use again, a step, a stair. You can use a coffee table. You can use a sofa. We're gonna drop down and then we're gonna push back up again. I've got my fingertips facing the floor and I'm working with my feet flat onto the mat here. You've got other variations that you can use. You can change this up by changing the height of the exercise, of the exercise material, really, I should say. So the box, basically. You can use a dining chair, make it higher. You could use a footstool, make it lower. It's harder that way, the lower the surface. You can change your foot positioning as in the variation. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Well done. I'm gonna go back into my press up now. So you've got your wall, you've got your raised surface, and you've got the floor. I'm gonna use my mat for this one. I'm gonna do a modified press up, so onto my knees, which is where I think a lot of you will be. So to find that position, I'm in an all fours position. I'm bringing the knees back, I'm pushing the hips forwards, and I'm gonna get that chest down to the floor and push back up again. Chest down and up, down and up. Now, if you are looking for an absolutely perfect press up, okay, you want to keep the elbows in, really close to the side, come down and up. Lots of us, myself included, carry the legacy of our lives with us. So for me, it's really uncomfortable to do a picture perfect press up. It really hurts my shoulders. So I bring my elbows out a little bit to the side and I have a slightly wider hand positioning. And I would encourage you as well, if you struggle, take a rest. If you struggle with shoulder pain because of maybe an old injury or just the way that life has been for you, then that's okay to make an adjustment. It's all right, okay? Let's go back for the overhead tricep extension. So back of the head, nice and long. Weight comes down between the shoulder blades and push up. Down and push. Down and push. It's just really, really important to acknowledge and honor the fact that you've had a life, and that life means that maybe your body carries the scars of that life as well. So maybe you've had injuries in the past, okay? And if you can't do everything perfectly, then do the next best option, okay? That's all I would ask. And if you're not sure what that is, leave me a comment, ask me the question, take a rest, and I'll see if I can help you. Okay, we're gonna go back to those tricep dips. Okay, so sitting on the edge of your step or your raised surface here, just the meaty, fleshy part of your palm is there. We're gonna just inch forwards, drop down and push up. Drop down, push up, making sure your back stays nice and close to your surface. So what we're not doing is coming out towards the feet here and then coming up in a sort of a diagonal. You're dropping straight down, pushing straight up. Drop straight down, push straight up. You got it. Well done. This can be a bit tough on the old wrists. If you can just hold in there for another 8 seconds, then you'll be all good. Okay, just hang in there with me. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Well done. Okay, we're into our third and final block, and we're going to work into a bicep curl with a bit of a difference. So I'm going to pick up my medium weight because bicep curls, this is super functional. We do bicep curls all day, every day without even knowing it. So bring those weights in front, elbows are tucked in tight. Let's join together as you curl up, nice and slow back down, and then just slightly shift to a more open position and curl again. Back to the first position, curl up, back down, open. Good, so you're doing like a diagonal or an offset position for that second curl. And making sure that each curl is slow, is controlled on the descent, okay? So on the way up and on the way down. You're not really using your body as momentum here. Take a rest, well done. So what we're not doing is just really using the body to get the weights up there. It's all in the arm strength. And if that means you're using a 1 kilo to do that perfectly, then that's what you need to do. And then you can build up because you're then building pure strength, proper strength. We're gonna go again. Are you ready? Let's go. Curl. Good. To the side. Curl. Nice work. Lovely. Up. Slow. This is where we're building our strength. Every rep counts. You hear me. I see you. Good. Well done. Offset. Open. Well done. Breathe it through. Those arms are going to be feeling tired now, and that's okay. That's what you came here for. You came to build strength, and building strength is tiring. Take a rest. This is where I'm going to pick up my light weights. I'm going to shelve those medium weights for now. I'm going to pick up the light weights. I'm going to go back to those, but this next exercise does demand light weights. So 1 hand in front, 1 hand to the side. So one's on the front of the thigh, one's on the side of the thigh. Join with me now as we lift up to shoulder height, back down, and then switch sides. Shoulder height, back down. Now when I'm doing this, as I'm changing sides, I'm just moving the arms. I'm not swinging the hips round as well. So the hips are perfectly planted. They're not moving. Okay? Little bend in the elbow. Good. Try and resist the urge to get those weights really super duper high. You want to get them around about the shoulder height. A little more maybe, if you'd like, that's okay. Take a short rest, we've got 1 more of those. If your arms are feeling like mine are now, they feel tired, they feel warm, they feel a little cranky as well, if I'm honest. But that's okay, that's how they should feel. 2, 1, let's go. I'm gonna know that I've worked my arms when I go and pick up a pen to try and write the next session or to write notes on this session, and my arm's feeling a little shaky. My handwriting's a little bit off. That's how you know that you've worked your arms. Well done. Good. And you'll know about it if you try and wash your hair tomorrow. The arms will feel sore. Well done. But that is a necessary step in the process of building strength. that sort of soreness a couple of days later. You cannot build strength without experiencing that, I'm afraid. Take a rest. Because that is a symptom of micro tears in the muscle, and to be able to build the muscle, you have to break it down first. That's the legacy of what it is. Okay, heavier weights. This is our last exercise. Bring them down by the side. Palms are facing the side of my body. I'm gonna bring the weight up to the shoulder, push it up overhead, bring it back down slowly, and I'm gonna switch sides up to a hammer curl, push up overhead, back down, slow. Up, push, back, slow. Well done. You may need to use your breath more now than ever in this session just to get that weight up there. Okay, and by that I mean really exhale that weight up. Good. You're gonna generate just a little bit more strength. Well done. Nice. Just finish the side you're on. Take a short rest, just over 10 seconds, and then we're gonna do it one more time. And then we've got a nice little couple of stretches for these arms and shoulders. Ready? Let's go. Up, push, back down. And the other side. Good. Really well done. Lovely work. Use that breath if you need to. And if you don't need to, then just be mindful that you're not holding your breath, because that definitely doesn't make it easier. You might think it does, but it doesn't. Trust me, it's not good for you. Well done. Good. Almost there. Last one. And take a rest when you are ready. You have done so well today. What an amazing job. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of wrist with you. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a wrist stretch out. So I'm just wiggling my fingers backwards and forwards here, which you can do as well. Sometimes I find when I've been lifting a lot of weights, my fingers get a little bit sore. You know, sometimes just a little bit sore. So do you like to just wiggle the fingers, make sure all the blood gets back into them as well. And then what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna circle around the wrists and just let my fingers feel really, really free as I do that as well. Just encourage the blood back into the hands. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put the backs of my hands together, and I'm just gonna slightly push my elbows down. So this is what we call the reverse prayer, and it's really, really good for helping to stretch out the wrists, especially if you spent a long time on the wrists doing press-ups or shoulder taps or bridges, that kind of thing. And let's go for the prayer position as well, just to stretch in the other direction. Well done. By this time, that should have given your arms enough time to stop shouting at you and to be a little kinder. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stretch out across the shoulder. So bringing the arm across the body here, stretching out through the shoulder. If you can't quite feel it, bring the arm up a bit or down a bit, just so you can feel that stretch. Lovely. And let's switch sides. Good. So just stretch across. I like a little wander around. I don't like to stand still for too long. And let's bring an arm down, just fingertips down to your, in between your shoulder blades, and then just a light push onto the elbow, just above the elbow there rather than fully on the elbow. So stretching out the triceps here. So the triceps, we worked really hard today. So we did those tricep dips. We also did the overhead tricep extension and the press up. Let's switch sides. 3 really intense exercises for the triceps, and they're only a small muscle group, okay? But I know lots of you do value doing that work with the triceps, because that upper arm is a problem area for lots of ladies. And I know you like to have that worked, so you're welcome. From me to you. And take a rest. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed that session. Remember, every rep builds strength. Okay, I'm just going to leave you with that. If you want more sessions like this, you can join us on the live stream, which I've now started to do on YouTube. And you can catch up with those live stream sessions if you become a member and sign up to the Fitness VIP tier onto that. If you want more details about that, then just check it out in the session description or click join and you'll get all of the information. It's just a monthly, very small membership fee, which helps to support the channel. And it means that I can generate more content and spend less time doing boring admin. More fitness, less admin. That's what you want in your life, isn't it? So thank you so much. Please don't forget to like the videos. Leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment and share with friends. And if you haven't subscribed, then you really need to do that. That should have been the first thing that you did. Thank you so much for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you at the next one. Take care. Bye.